A popular restaurant in Kent will be undergoing some changes in spring. We have more this morning.
Immigration applications have hit a standstill under the Trump administration. That and more as your final Thursday Flashcast starts now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good morning, Portage County, and welcome to your final Thursday Flashcast. I'm Tyler Schlosser.
And I'm Alexis Bachman. Thank you for joining us today.
Visitors to downtown Kent may soon notice a slight change in scenery. The Battleground, a South End Mexican restaurant, will be reopening in mid-February with an all-new concept. The current owners have continued the upscale Mexican concept after buying the restaurant from its founders, but, quote, unforeseen shifts have pushed the owners to shake things up. They haven't revealed the new concept just yet.
The Ravenna Police Department is adding 4 more police officers to its ranks for the first time in more than 2 decades. Ben Riblin, the superintendent of the Ravenna School District, is ready to welcome one of them as a new school resource officer. The remaining 3 will be out on the streets doing their best to keep the community safe. The RPD has recently commended for its officers' calmness and focus on crisis intervention training.
Drivers in Ohio, pay attention because the highways will be patrolled a little closer. The Ohio State Highway Patrol launched an end-of-year enforcement blitz, making a massive push for roadway safety following 1,041 deaths this year. This will ensure drivers are paying attention to the speed limit, buckling up, and don't drive under the influence. 11 people died in Ohio in crashes over Thanksgiving weekend alone. 2 weren't wearing seatbelts.
This is your KSTV weather.
And the temperatures are dropping. And while it's not winter yet, let's check in on the forecast to make sure you're warm. So we're going to start here in Cleveland near the lake. It's about 27. It's the same in Kent, and in Akron, Canton, it's 27 too. Head to the east though, it's about 28 in Youngstown and 26 in Ashtabula. Heading west, it's 24 in Sandusky and 26 in Mansfield. Shifting from that into today's forecast, it's 30 degrees out. A little cloudy out. On the walk here, it was actually snowy. I'm not sure where that came from. It came out of nowhere, but I believe it's still snowing. It's a little windy, about 12 miles per hour. The humidity is not too bad. Now, transitioning from today into tomorrow's forecast. Tomorrow, it's more of the same, 30 degrees, and what's new, it's cloudy. It's always cloudy. A low of 18 and 15% chance of snow, not too bad. The sun sets at 4:56. Now, from tomorrow into the extended forecast, like I said, not too much of a chance of snow this week, maybe a little bit, but heading into next week, that's when the snow comes. All next week, it'll be pretty snowy. Watch out for your finals walk to classes. Make sure to keep your jackets on you. It's pretty cold. Obviously, it's becoming winter more. The lowers are getting lower, and the highs are also getting lower. And as we transition into the complete winter season, it'll get more cold. But unfortunately, that is all the time we have for weather. I'm Josh Zaramet. Back to Tyler at the desk.
Thank you, Josh. The CDC may be changing up its child vaccine schedules. Find out how after the break.
The Clippers secured a win after a drama-filled day. Find out who helped defeat the Hawks.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Welcome back. Russian leader Vladimir Putin will be attending an Indian summit this afternoon. Before the meeting, he spoke to India today where he vowed to liberate the regions of Donbass and Novorossiya, which make up the southeastern third of Ukraine. However, a U.S.-based institute analysis claims that at the current rate of advance, Russia will only be able to claim around a fourth of that by August 27. Peace talks between the warring nations and the U.S. are still ongoing.
The Trump administration is pausing immigration applications for 19 different countries for individuals trying to enter the U.S. These countries are facing travel restrictions from the Trump administration due to a proclamation made in June. The countries listed include Iran, Cuba, Afghanistan, and Venezuela. This comes days after a National Guard member was killed in a shooting in Washington, D.C. The recommended childhood vaccine schedule of the CDC may be undergoing some changes in Health Secretary RFK Jr.'s latest political push. CNN's Amanda Samsoni has more.
Public health experts are sounding the alarm over major changes to U.S. vaccine policy under the Trump administration.
There are real clinical lasting impacts from changing these recommendations.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices is set to convene Thursday and Friday to re-examine long-established vaccine protocols and likely revise the recommended timing of the hepatitis B shot given to newborns. The members of the committee, handpicked by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., have expressed skepticism over the vaccine schedule.
I think that the conclusion that we know that it is safe is perhaps premature.
But in one study, experts warn delaying the birth dose could result in 1,400 or more preventable infections in children each year.
We've seen tremendous reductions in childhood infections with hepatitis B, and this saves lives.
Dr. Anthony Fiore, a former CDC infectious disease specialist, says infected infants face nearly a 90% risk of chronic disease and insists there's no reason to change a schedule proven safe and effective for 3 decades.
It's actually a remarkably safe vaccine. Nothing has been shown that has any long-term consequences, and certainly nothing that has anywhere near the consequences of a chronic hepatitis B virus infection.
In Washington, I'm Amanda Sansoni.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
Good morning, Portage County. The NBA had multiple huge headlines yesterday, but before that, let's check in on college basketball. Starting here at the gorgeous Kent State campus, the Flash's men's basketball team picked up another win last night, facing up against the Austin Peay Governors. Delrico Giuseppe led scoring for Kent. It was one of the 4 players ending the game in double figures. The Flashes now sit at 8-1 and will look to continue winning Saturday at home against Robert Wesleyan. Now going to the pros, Milwaukee Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo is reportedly having conversations with the team about his future after multiple disappointing seasons since their 2021 championship. Sources say over the previous offseason, Giannis told the Bucks he would like to be traded to the Knicks, but no agreement was reached. The Bucks will have until February 5th deadline to decide on his future. NBA legend Chris Paul was cut yesterday by the Los Angeles Clippers after he signed a 1-year deal with the team this offseason in hopes of a retirement tour, with the team most closely tied to him throughout his career. Reportedly, disagreements between Paul and head coach Ty Lue led to the sudden breakup, leaving both fans of the team and NBA shocked. It has not been announced if Paul will join another team after this. And now we have the Clippers at Hawks. The Clippers are having a very disappointing season, sitting at 6-16. We're going to start in the first, where it's James Harden with a 3. The Clippers an early 9-2 lead. Later in the first, it's going to be a turnover that ends up in Harden's hands, and he outlets it up the floor. It's going to end up with a John Collins alley-oop to give the Clippers an 8-point lead. Later in the first, now it's going to be Luke Kennard running up the floor, and he hits a 3 with the clock running down. He's averaging 6.7 points over his last 10 games. That is a real stat, not made up. Later in the second, now Harden off the top of the backboard. Ivica Zubac is going to get the board and put it back in for an and 1 to give the Clippers a 41-33 lead. Later in the second, with time winding down, Harden takes the contact and puts it in. He had 27 points on the day, a solid game for Harden. Later in the third, Kawhi Leonard finally gets involved. He had a quiet 21 points on the day, but still made an impact. This is all Clippers here. Heading to the fourth now, Kobe Sanders looks to put it away, and he does. The Clippers are going to win 115-92 and get a much-needed bounce-back win after all the drama this past week. Then the Clippers win their first game post-Chris Paul, but unfortunately, that is all the time we have for sports. For KSTV, I'm Josh Zaramet. Back to Tyler.
Thank you, Josh. The Rockefeller Center holiday tree is lit up and ready for the festive season. The 11-ton, 75-foot-tall Norway spruce tree has over 50,000 lights and a 900-pound star to light up the night. The lighting ceremony was hosted by talented celebrities and musicians, including Reba McEntire, Mark Anthony, Gwen Stefani, Michael Bublé, and the Radio City Rockettes.
Well, holiday shopping season is here, and if you're looking for toys, it can be a little tricky. Age restrictions and recommendations and how to get the best bang for your buck can be complex. Toy experts recommend looking for interactive items with multiple smart stages are ideal so that the type of play can grow along with the child. They also say to try to get fewer higher quality toys and reading customer reviews before making your purchase.
If there's one universal truth, it's that we are all prone to bad choices when under the influence. And that's not just us humans. One Virginia raccoon went on a bit of a bender in a Hanover County liquor store. Police responded to the call and found that the, quote, trash panda had broken in, had a few drinks, went on a rampage, leaving bottles strewn about the store, and passed out in a booze-fueled slumber. Officers brought him into a shelter where to sleep and nurse his inevitable hangover before letting him back out into the wild. Well, can we really fault him? Can you fault a man for stepping into paradise? He's a man to me. I feel like he earned it through his actions.
Yeah.
And behaving as, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. When in a liquor store, do as you do.
I suppose. I mean, I don't know, Josh.
I mean, I don't know if I would call him a human like you, but, you know, good for the raccoon, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, had a good time.
See that tree?
That was a big tree.
Big tree.
I guess it was
Could be the biggest tree I've ever seen. How about you?
I don't know.
All right. This man knows small trees. That's all the time we have for you this morning. For more content from us, follow Kent Stater on all socials. Thank you for tuning in this semester. I'm Tyler Schlosser.
And I'm Joe Malvin. Have a good day, Portage County, and happy holidays.